Lycans and gentlemen, children of the night, nocturnals, night terrors, and all things that go bump in the night. Welcome to your now weekly treatment of shock therapy. The doctor will see you now. Show me your woes, and I'll cure all that ails you. Consider me your night watchman for this evening's festivities here at Mind's Eye Theater. I invite you to violate curfew along with me for this graveyard shift. I am your horror host, Inkarnate, for this sold-out show. Well, first there was Weapons from last week, the film that came out that I was anticipating, and now it's this series, which, to be honest, I wasn't anticipating, but still managed to disappoint me. Oh, man. Last watch of Alien Earth was something astonishing to behold. I mean, nothing about it was good. The character, the motivations, the plot progression, if you could even call it that. I guess we have the character who's something of a turncoat or a rogue agent, the black cyborg who was on the ship, who seems to know what's going on, seems to know all of the dangers involved, and I don't mean just that he's carrying dangerous cargo, but he seems to know that these have escaped, and seems to know more than anyone else did. That's one bright spot, I suppose, but man, everything, like the casting, the dialogue, the pacing, the ragtag characters that we have that don't really make much sense, why you would put children into robot bodies and then send them out for a rescue operation of a crash-landed ship in a metropolis. So now you're facing potential casualties on two separate fronts, one from the ship, one from the metropolis, a surrounding area that could have been damaged. So, you know, it's hard enough for people like soldiers or first response personnel to deal, cope, react to all that. You're going to send a bunch of kids? If you say so, show. With that being said, I suppose it is time to get to what I affectionately refer to as the totem pole. So, in a way to garner fan expectations, and if you've seen this episode before, I know that it released along with episode 1 on Tuesday, and you're watching along. First off, thank you. And second, thank you for joining us. And second, be sure to still vote in the totem poll, which let's get to that now. So your options are bottom of the burial, shallow grave, and high stakes. So for me, I mean, I think it's plain to see, it's plainly obvious that I didn't like episode 1. I wasn't particularly enamored with it. So, I mean, I have to go with bottom of the burial. And like I said yesterday with, what was it? With the watch party for the Wednesday show. Hey, I reserve, I mean, it's a series, not a movie that we're dealing with. So I reserve the right to, if the episodes, if the quality week to week, whether with character, whether with plot, whether with intrigue, if that improves, I would obviously raise my rating for each episode. But man, after episode 1, and look, I get it was a setup episode, but it left me with nothing. It left me with less than, it didn't leave me with any kind of expectation for the series. So, hey, and to be honest, referring to the Wednesday show, I didn't particularly like the first episode of season 2, but yesterday's episode 2, was actually good. So, yeah, what a difference a week could make. So again, if I see any improvement from this show, Alien Earth, I will increase my ratings for it. So I got to go with bottom of the burial. So, the totem poll is now live for all of you fine fiends to vote in, and I will refer back to it throughout the watch party. I hope to get some engagement. It is only available on the YouTube chat for now. I'm hoping that this gets adjusted in the future, but for now, I naturally invite you to stream the show along with me, queue it up on Hulu, and let me take care of a couple of housekeeping items, which gives you time to get your popcorn and soda pop ready. This watch party is brought to you in partnership with Hotness TV. If you are in the market, and I certainly hope that you are, since we're getting all of these back to school specials and what have you, which man, I'm not ready for summer to be over yet, and it's crazy that things have moved so quickly. But on the positive side, since there are specials going on, not to mention Labor Day around the corner, if you are in the market, I have sponsorships with Jabra headsets and Samsung devices. I own both brands, and I would like to direct your attention to the link in the descriptions. If you're in the market for any of these devices, please feel free to use the link in the description. It serves as a nice kickback for the channel. The Mind's Eye Theater is a proud affiliate of the upcoming horror documentary, Mental Health and Horror. So when that comes out, I'm going to do not just a review for it, but also a watch party. You'll notice the support link up top if you're of a mood to give donations or super chats. I'll just consider it your pound of flesh. I'm going to be having updates with my merch store. One of the streaming software that I use to do these live streams is Streamlabs, and they were nice enough to give me my own merch store. So I am hard at work refining some designs. So once that is completed, I'm going to debut a number of new merchandise options that I have been waiting to do for quite some time. So I'm really excited about that. So in the meantime, if you wish to take a gander at what I have in store, literally, it's just another way for you to support the channel. So we are coming to you live, streaming on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, not TikTok. I don't know what the hell's going on with that service, and Kick, X, Rumble, and Locals. In the enduring battle between Inkarnate and the almighty algorithm, my fans are my strongest weapon. Therefore, I ask you to get them likes up. Therefore, I will have some semblance of signs of life, since there don't seem to be any in the writing room for this series. Therefore, without further ado, I now present to you this creature presentation. Igor, throw the switch. Okay, and we are going to start. Oh god, let's see if there's an ad. Hold on. There sometimes is at the beginning with Hulu, which is funny to me because it's like, why bother paying for this? And there is. Why wouldn't there be? All right, I'll just... Oh god, really? Ad will automatically start. God. I can't believe this is apart from horror. I can't believe that only 6 weeks. I mean, I was going to wait to watch the new Superman movie, but only 6 weeks out, it's already coming to streaming? Like, holy crap. They must have taken more of an L than I realized. But, I mean, I didn't get around to it, so it's convenient for me, but still, oof, what a rough start. Are we starting now? And we're starting now, unless they're giving us a recap. FX. Yeah, I mean, it was like all the children that they showed, that they introduced. It's like, man, I have heard the phrase aggressively mid. I didn't know who these kids or characters were, and like the whole Peter Pan, Wendy, Neverland nonsense. It was a bit much on the nose, and again, it's just out of place, man. And what sense does that make? Like, seriously, Peter Pan has to do with never growing up, or I'm sorry, the refusal to grow up. Which, but eventually, part one of the themes is that the eventuality that children must reach adulthood. That's the opposite of putting children into robots, because they'll never grow up. But whatever. Why make sense, right? God, this guy. How is, like, I didn't realize in the first episode, because I had done so much talking for the watch party. He's a medic, but dude, first off, look how sickly he looks. Second, it's like this guy couldn't bench press AirPods. He looks so feeble. It's like, are we sure that he's not the one in need of emergency medical assistance? And I'm sorry, but wouldn't they have like more technological equipment than a flashlight? Like, okay, obviously a source of light, but on their chest or something. Wait, how did this guy die? Was that the doctor? Ah, that were they trying to remove it, or are they still trying to remove it? And how would this guy still be? How would this guy still be on the surgical table after that crash? Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, like, not to be nitpicky, but they do this thing where this is supposed to have been a crash landed ship. Yeah, you have wires and everything everywhere, but like nothing is cracked or shattered. You know what I mean? It's attention to detail. Do you know what that means, Mr. Medic? Yeah, sure. It's not like it could be a foreign body, since that couldn't possibly pose a threat, right? There you go. Okay. So they're cool with the epiphany that there's other life besides humans. Like, they seem rather comfortable with that notion. It's like, oh no, that's an inconvenience. Like, yeah, and how did, when they were in the medical bay and he mentioned foreign body, how did no one immediately think, hey, extraterrestrial parasite or life form? That's what I mean about this show. It's very, the attention to detail is very lacking. And mind you, this is just the second episode. Also, like, these Marines, do they themselves look like regular people? Like, anyone remember when Marines were actually like in shape and bulky? Where do I know this woman from? I've seen her in something. Big head. Oh god. Um, okay. They're not going to develop because you just transferred their consciousness over. Yeah, like there's a way of portraying like a smug uh, tycoon without them looking so modern. You know what I mean? He looks like a a Twitch streamer that hit it big. There's an idea. Is it? Isn't it? What could give them that notion? So you are dealing with children. But you're wise, right? And what the hell's going on here? Wow. And also, there's like that douchey factor of it. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you yourself are so fascinating. Oh my god. Jeez. They still haven't arrived? Like, what the? God. You excited about that prospect? Wow. Oh, wow. That's the mom from Babadook. No wonder she looked familiar. I hate that when I can't place someone. What? He's not premium? Wow. Why are you telling me about dead relatives when I just told you about my brother? Wow. Again, riveting dialogue here. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Why would this is what I mean. Look, hope I swear I'm very much hoping that cast and plot very much improve like ASAP because otherwise I'm going to be rooting for the alien. That's it. They've they just did a once over of the ship and now they're circulating into the apartment. Whoops. What? To where? Oh yeah, you got to believe that they're on stable footing, right? Wouldn't it make more sense to climb up the stairs and then, like, I don't know, swing down or something? Really? That's the right person you want to be barking out orders at, right? Oh, God. And this little shrimp. He could basically float over there. Uh-oh. Ah, this cliche. He looks ridiculous holding a gun. Time to shoot. Wow. No survival instinct at all. Really, in an instant. Wait a minute. It instantly opens after the entire building has been rocked from the impact of a crash landing space. Oh, God. And not only that, but keep something in mind. How big was this tower, and yet the the elevator happens to be right at his floor? Like, come on, dude. And why do they have all this old ass equipment? Yeah. I'm guessing he dropped all of his equipment. Oh, this is a perfect time for a flashback. What? One day earlier. Oh, man. Really? Uh huh. This guy looks like the actor that played the Flash in the TV show. Like that weird type of head where it's like it's not it doesn't hit the sides of his head don't go straight down. When you go from his jaw to the top of his head like widens. What? What? Okay, she can tap into systems. You didn't really? God, that was poorly acted. What? Oh God. Really? A grown man oh my God. Wow. Really? This is this is another thing that they do with. Yeah, why did you tap into the camera instead of like rewriting his grades or whatever he's trying to do? Instead of getting him fired from the job he's trying to quit. And quoting a kid's cartoon, like he's supposed to be a grown man. Well, they have some kind of perimeter, I guess. No equipment, just, kids. And she has like a fucking samurai sword for some reason. She's picking up static. Now, why would she have that and no one else does? A little curious. Don't tell me that she can communicate with the friggin' alien. That would be really stupid. Oh god, don't tell me there's a commercial. And there's a commercial. Oh, okay. Never mind. Why do you look all compressed? Look at like these are not soldiers. I don't I don't get it. Re- yeah, but he would need to know some you need to have some kind of authorization. Gee, why don't you do Shrek impersonations next? How would they know that from looking at an elevator? Again, like giving military orders. Oh man. I think like if this show is gonna, what the hell is this? He's still there trying to clean that black mold. If this show is not going to take any semblance of itself seriously, I think it's best to treat it as a comedy. Speaking of man child, God. Yeah, I was gonna say what you want to about who was it? God, Charles Whalen from Prometheus, but at least he was an adult. Wait a minute. Oh my God. This guy is a primate. So that was a Prodigy ship. So are they making Alien versus Predator Requiem? This guy is so twitchy, it's annoying. Like, sit still. And why is this conversation? Why wouldn't this happen like instantly? Yeah, obviously stupid. You sent a team. Right. And matters like this. Why would you think that adolescents would be best served in alleviating any of this, tackling this problem? Oh, I thought those were people walking forward. It's like, who's next, Sydney Sweeney or Lizzo? Oh, sorry, I missed the 20-minute mark. Guys, if you could remember to like the video, no matter which platform you're watching this on, and help circulate this bloodstream. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to vote in the totem poll in the YouTube chat. Got a little over a half an hour left, and unfortunately, 3 commercial breaks. Ugh. And not for nothing, but wouldn't an alien be able to, at the very least, pry open those elevator doors, jump down, and land on the elevator? Oh God, she can communicate. What? What sense does that make? What? Yeah, for real. Shut the hell up. What? Gripping dialogue. Yeah. Well, something's made itself at home. Mhm. Yeah. Thank you. Very astute. You sure about that? Mhm. Did you say Shmee? Are they actually named after characters in what do you call it? Characters in uh Peter Pan? Oh, he is called Nibs. Wow. Oh, damn. Wow. They were desiccated into mummies. Oh God. Yeah. Jesus. Oh, little brain bugs. That's funny. Oh boy. Hey, good thing that you went in there with like no equipment at all. What do we have here? Uh-oh. Mhm. Oh my. This is a butterfly for a pupil. Oh Jesus. Damn. Yikes. That was like one of the creatures at the dinner table from It Chapter 2. Oh my god. Good shot. Well, at least not for nothing, but some of the tension is why they can feel pain, or is that just a reaction? I think here is where yep, commercial break. Yeah, I'm trying to give this show a shot just because I'm going to be watching it for its entirety, but man, it's like it works against itself and it doesn't even realize it's doing that. I don't know who Noah Hawley is, the writer, director, and showrunner, I believe, of this of this show, but my god. Um Clunky dialogue, that whole scene with the sister robot taking over taking over a camera to kind of communicate with her brother. It's like there's how would the scientist not know that their robot, which one would assume that they are monitoring, that they would have the capability of reaching or being able to interact with any equipment. Like, isn't that a bit of a problem? And you're gonna tell me that that's just something that they evolved, right? Like an ability that they developed. Not buying it. And that was something stupid that I hated from the Megan movies. Like, Megan was supposed to be a toy, okay, an android, sure, but a toy. And she's over here like reaching into the internet like Ultron. Like, dude, like, come on, we're back already? Oh, back already. Crap. Hold on, let me adjust the watch party watch. That's a rat. God, am I gonna be hearing more of that? Yuck. Okay. Really? Yeah, they had bears. I thought he said meta hermit. Got company. How would he not see that flashing light? Yeah, because it probably is, dummy. Yeah, just not the building. What? I'm sorry. What? What? You're telling me that these people had no idea there was a earthquake event? Yeah. Dude, you have a gun, not for nothing. Gee, that sculpture looks different. Might be a good time to shoot. Wow. How did they screw up the jaw so badly? Oh, nice. How do they screw up the alien jaw so badly that... Okay, aliens don't typically eat that way or attack that way. And it would be smart enough to like hold the arm so that the gun doesn't shoot it. I wonder if they ripped that scene off from the thing. Oh man. Gee, I do wonder if the the fact that these people were cosplaying as the rich, I wonder if they were going for a metaphor, and the fact that they were French aristocrats or whatever with powdered wigs. Oh man, what if they were feast really because it was that quick that it managed to kill people like and to kill people so quickly that they were stuck in the pose that really how are you that far or whatever. I wonder if they're going with the oh god. Yeah, this is another thing that they wouldn't do. Like, sure, they would use their tails, but what? What the hell was that? A taser? I wonder if the whole symbolism with this party was that they were feasting and now they are the feast. And not for nothing, not to be that guy, but they really are showing they really are showing too much of the alien. Like this is horror 101. Twice they've shown it jumping around from tall from high heights. Like what are we doing here? What? I don't think that's gonna hold it. And why would you think that it will? Imagine if he steals from all the white people. What? Well, he is a cyborg. There's just so much wrong with this. Another ad, joy. Oh man. That's a that scene was supposed to be really something remarkable and boy, it's so riddled with inconsistencies. It's very problematic. And again, none of these people in the party, they didn't feel anything seismic going on during their party. Oh man. I swear this show is not doing itself any favors. And why does Hulu have ads, especially so many? I think last episode there was like 4, including the very beginning. But Yeah, just a lot of inconsistencies going on here. The kids, like, they. How did anyone think they were going to react to? I mean, forget the aliens for a second. How did anyone think that the kids were going to respond to dead bodies or, difficult scenarios like, jumping over ledges to get into the ship or any hazards or what have you? We back? Yep. They still haven't gotten past this plant. God forbid looking for a different way through, right? You're not able to scan it or whatever. Not for nothing, but unless they're gonna collect it or quarantine it, like why are they just there analyzing it? Is it really smart to convenient? Is it really smart to take any additional weight off of it? Yeah. Or a laboratory, because that's more accurate, you dummy. Oh, I thought he was blocked. Now, this is supposed to be a different. He's Wayland. Oh no, he is Prodigy. Okay. Wait, what? Oh wait, okay, okay. I know what it is. Prodigy, Prodigy. Yeah, wait. They are Prodigy. The ship is Wayland Utani. So how does he have access to access any of this? This doesn't make sense. You might need to take the stairs there, Chief. Huh. Ooh. It's, uh, it's drugs. Really? Yeah, maybe keep your. There's like four of you, so maybe one of you keep your eye on that bag that was twitching. Oh god, this is the shot from the trailer. That happened a little too quick. That just looks so bad. That model? Wow. I was gonna say, no one let a shot off. Well then, sure made quick work of them. We're still here. And he was saying, was he saying that it looked like flora, but it's actually fauna, or vice versa? What is that? Okay. Well, thank you, stationary life form, for hanging around. Hmm. Jackpot. Where is there? And they're only thinking hazmat now. Isn't this like a full day later? Really shabby looking art. That is a what? A bit? Oh, right. This guy is an idiot. Oh god, don't. No, no more flashbacks. I don't care. Jesus, look at this guy. He looks about as emaciated as those two corpses that had their blood sucked out of them before. Oh man, I missed a hell of a party. And why does my butt hurt? Captain Cisco. What? Why are we here? Why is this important? Oh my god. Does everything trigger a memory? What? Alright, this is a really lame attempt at any type of character build. Boy, this is riveting stuff. Hey kiddo, someday you think you'll grow up to be a weeb? Convenient. He shoots her. Again, why didn't they make these the synthetics or hybrid robots? Why didn't they make them appear like the people that they whose consciousness was going to be transferred into them? It's kind of odd. Furthermore, wouldn't this guy tell the medic, "Hey, this isn't my blood or whatever. I'm not actually injured." Oh, thanks for telling me, Pear. That was a really weird way of saying that. You are weird. Mhm. Really? Exploded. Sign me up. Yeah, stop trying to like connect with. This is a nostalgia moment. Another minute and a half ad. Pause the watch party watch. Yeah, that scene where the alien is like right over the shoulder of not for nothing, it's getting confusing distinguishing between what is it? Synthetics, hybrids, and cyborgs? Like is God, it's all the same thing. Like, come on. The black guy at the elevator. I'm assuming that that was a model, a guy in a suit, or it could have been animatronics, the alien behind him. But even before, even when the soldier and the medic were at the elevator, the alien doesn't smile, it grimaces. So the fact that like they got that wrong, that's kind of a stupid thing to screw up, you know what I mean? Like again, it doesn't smile, but they made it smile. It looked really stupid. Uh so, I got to deduct points for that. And the stare that it typically gives is menacing. So what they went with here really took away from it. Like it looked like it was jovial or happy to see them. That's no. Okay, we're back. God, this guy's an idiot. The one on the Indian kid on the left. Yeah, I don't think either Wayland Utani or what is the other company? Prodigy. Yeah, I don't think either of them are particularly intelligent. Like, it's taken all this time, and they've sent what, two teams in? Like, think of a movie like Man of Steel when they had that crash landed Kryptonian ship. There was a bigger perimeter and like a bigger presence to lock that entire area down. And that movie took place in present day. This is the future. It's the future. Wow. Jesus. I swear they're trying to make these characters as annoying as possible. Could you say something, dude? Uh-huh. Tag, you're it. There's nothing stalkery about that, even from a disembodied relative now mechanized. God. Hmm. They just told you that. Yeah. And they made up a funeral? Closed casket, I imagine. Yo, her haircut looks awful. Why? Yeah, doesn't have a name. There you go. So why would you be allowed to go back and reunite with family when it was made such a secret? See, it's things like this, like logic gaps and plot holes that make this show hard to track with, you know what I mean? They're good, they're all reunited and whatnot. Yeah, I've never felt less terrified of these types of corridors that are supposed to be very ominous and almost gothic. Like I'm just not getting that. What? What was that? I am mad at him. I'm guessing that's all it takes. Oh. Wow. Well, he bought that pretty quickly. Oh god, the music. A bit much, man. And is he gonna ask about the paper cutter that she's carrying around like a samurai sword, magnetized to her back? Uh-oh. Did they find the eggs? I'm guessing so. Yep, called it. Now, I'm wondering, are they gonna Prometheus this where they find the goo? Wait a minute. The blue light. When are they gonna acknowledge that this is a thing that was created by seemingly the space jockeys? I refuse to call them engineers. When are they gonna acknowledge that this is like, why are humans able to recreate this technology? Oh, is that what she heard from outside? And it just shuts off, okay. Or maybe she can communicate with them. That POV of the alien running towards them, that was pretty good. It looks like fast movement through water. Really, he gets his fate like, dude. Really? What gave it away? The shape? Oh, please tell me that they got rid of him. What the hell are they looking over or looking at? What? God, the music. I guess this is the end of the episode. All right. Yeah. Noah Hawley continues to unimpress. I'm going to assume that there's no preview. Although, there's really 3 minutes of credits? Jesus. Nope, no preview. Okay, man. This show is almost like competing with it, episode to episode, with moment to moment. It's competing with itself over how just aimless it can be, just how it rushes scenes, it rushes scenes, it rushes dialogue. Let's just skip to the end, boy.
And now his watch is ended.
And now their watch is ended.
So, man, now that I've watched both episodes of Alien Earth, episodes 1 and 2, this show's in a lot of trouble. I mean, I only know the character Wendy because of the cringy reference to Peter Pan. Characterization here is pretty bad. I don't know these characters. This show has done, and mind you, this is 2 episodes in. The program has utterly failed to make any of these characters resonate. With 2 hours of TV time, that's basically a movie. Like, really think about that. How you name any movie that you've ever enjoyed. Name the first and second Alien movies. You got to know characters who had less screen time dedicated to them that you were much more invested in. I don't know any of these people. The billionaire, the boy genius, is just an obnoxious twerp. He looks like a game streamer that hit it big, and he's just a geek. And he's over there talking to one of his scientists or analysts or whatever, talking about the only reason that he got into the business of uploading people's consciousnesses into cybernetic life forms is so that he would have someone interesting to talk to. Like, first off, how bad is your script when you're just trying this hard to like smack it over people's faces? How obnoxious and narcissistic this character is. Furthermore, it would have been somewhat interesting if that was really what he was after. Not to mention how it would be more interesting if he created an AI. He copied and pasted the memories of children into robots so that he would have someone interesting to talk to. What kind of sense does that make? Furthermore, you have these 2 competing companies. It is a Weyland-Yutani ship that crashed on a Prodigy city and skyscraper. Why isn't it the case that this entire area, why is it that it's not either locked down by one company or the other, or they're competing? You have people in hazmats, you have first responders, like they have sent each corporation has sent in somebody, or maybe it was just Prodigy, I wasn't really paying attention. But you have two teams that have been sent in. One was Marines, and the other one were these synthetics or hybrids or whatever the hell they are. And one would think that, you know, it would feel like more of a necessity to lock this area down, because, you know, you have this crashed ship is wedged between two buildings. The ship could explode, the buildings could collapse, and basically what you're reduced to is just people walking around the hallways. It's like you have one person, the black cyborg that went rogue. He's not just the best part of this show, he's the only good thing about it. I'm guessing that he's not human, but he can sweat, which is puzzling. Like, not only do they have 3 different kinds of artificial life forms, you have synthetics, you have cyborgs, and you have hybrids. I'm not understanding what the rules are. So again, he says that aliens can sense fear. Okay, that is a pretty hefty amount of research that you would have to do into this alien life form. And okay, so it wakes up out of its cocoon and just slaughters everybody, all of the soldiers, all 4 of them. He is presumably a cyborg, and yet he's sweating. Not really sure how that works. These children, these hybrids that are brought aboard the ship with Timothy Oliphant, are, oh god, they're children. What can I say? They're the ADD that they display, their nonsensical, juvenile attitude towards this rather serious situation that they're about to walk into. You could say that, well, they're acting that way because they're children, but also they're also written to be that way. You know what I mean? Because this is a story. I'm not understanding why is it that this techno trillionaire would go through all of the trouble, and it's got his own butler said that if they lost just one of them, it would be catastrophic. I don't know if he means that from a PR perspective, if that would cause the other hybrids to freak out. I don't know if he means because the hybrids cost so much, but all of those, the answer to any one of those questions brings into question why is it that he would send these teenagers, these prepubescent children, into this potentially hazardous, dangerous, certainly, situation. Like, they're not a response team. They don't even know how to coordinate with each other, let alone demonstrating any expertise in what it is that they're being sent in to do, whether recon, whether collecting samples, whether research, whether espionage, like any hacking, any of that. They have it where Wendy is spying on her brother and able to tap into other forms of equipment from the island, where paradise where she's at. She's able to connect all the way to a camera that's set up in a metropolis, seemingly theoretically hundreds of thousands of miles away. It's just like, and then everyone, like, they do that typical cliched thing where, oh my god, did we program her to do that? Like, you mean you, like, do you see that could be a problem if one of your androids is able to possess this ability? Imagine she's able to shut down the security system of your entire island, or God forbid, any of the other children that you hybridized into androids display the same ability, and you just sent them off on a mission. Like, this is like, there's so many plot holes here. So what have we seen so far as the other creatures? So they have said that there are 5 creatures on board. the most dangerous life forms in the universe. So we have the Xenomorph that we've seen. We've seen this blood parasite that can exsanguinate people to the point of desiccation. So that's 2. 3 is the eyeball parasite, and 4 is that, what is it? That plant parasite, which doesn't look particularly interesting. 1, because it's static. 2nd, because, oh, it's just got more tentacles, just like the eyeball monster. All right. And everything is, it's understood that everything would be parasitic or hostile or whatever. But I don't know. All of these seem kind of samey. Also, I brought this point up before. Why do we have all of these other creatures that are just going to serve to distract from the alien? I've seen 2 episodes already. This feels like a show about extraterrestrial life forms crash landing on Earth, also starring the alien. That's a fail, dude. And I worry that this was going to be how the show was going to treat what should be its main monster. Well, its only monster. You can have other versions of the Xenomorph, which, I mean, even that wouldn't make sense, because after all, this is a prequel and it's supposed to take place before the events of the first Alien, which is another thing. Like I'm pretty sure that by the end of this, like the finale of this season is going to see Wayland Yutani as the only show in town. It's gonna use this as a PR stunt or whatever to bring down the other forms of competition. That's another thing. They've mentioned that at this juncture, planet Earth is run by 4 rival mega corporations. Thrilling stuff. Timothy Oliphant, man, he just I've never considered him a great actor. In fact, considering that he's clearly an android, I have labeled him as the Ian Holm, the Ash android from the first Alien. Yeah, he's the Ian Holm of this series, because I've never considered him a good actor. And the show clearly is not helping him along with horrendous dialogue, like when he says to Wendy, "Hey, you know you used to be food, right?" Like, dude, your attempt to sound creepy is very forced. Oh my god, the geeks on this show, the nerd Indian kid that we just saw, the medic brother who looks like he can be toppled over with a slight breeze or harsh words. Who else? The billionaire. Oh my god. Just, they go out of their way, and I know that they do this on purpose. They go out of their way to show the males how frail they are and how soy they can be. And I mentioned this in my trailer gut reaction, but seriously, man, it's so in your face. No one here has an ounce of masculinity. The entirety of the cast, as far as anything that has a Y chromosome, is low T. It's the transference of human minds into robots, into androids. It's not what this show should be about. That shouldn't be a focus. And I understand character development, of which this show has none, or plot progression, but I've always said, of all the sci-fi series out there, Star Trek, Star Wars, Terminator, Transformers, anything with robots in it, honestly, the ones in the Alien franchise are the least interesting. Like, look at how many times they've been up at bat with androids, and there's only, one interesting one with Bishop? And now the fact that they seemingly the entire cast, with the exception of the scientists and the techno trillionaire, everyone's an android. Okay, it's all over the place. It's not interesting, and anything that you might want to say about the existential crisis of man and where does the conscience begin and where does the programming kick in. It's like, dude, that is not what Alien is about, and it shouldn't be. They're, at best, the androids are side characters, or they should be treated that way. But my God, it's not something that should dominate this series. And keep in mind that the artificial intelligence, the synthetics, have run amok with this series, even in the last 3 movies that we've gotten, to the point that synthetics were basically the main character in Alien Romulus. Oh, and by the way, and in Alien Covenant, it was now retconned that it was David that created the Xenomorphs. Just to show you how completely off the rails this series has gotten with the androids, and how seemingly even the original director Ridley Scott has lost the plot. And mind you, this is someone who was talking about before Prometheus came out how he wanted to shift focus away from the alien, because according to him, it was like that story was dead and done with, and they made toys about the alien, so it wasn't scary or interesting anymore. Who's the guy in the chair? I want to do Blade Runner. It was just, they have to stop focusing so very much on the androids. They're side characters at best. Is there a way to make them interesting? Of course there is. I can assure you, nothing in the last 3 movies or in the last 2 episodes of this show is going to do that. I'm really... I don't know who any of these characters are. And the kids and the brother are acting so... Thank you for joining. The characters and the brother they're just so feeble or adolescent and juvenile. That doesn't make for an engaging character. It's not giving me anything to latch onto. And what did I say during the stream? The way that these characters are coming off, I'm rooting for the alien. And to me, it's so frustrating because the premise of aliens on Earth is such a great concept. They made comics about it. Hell, I have to believe that fans of the movies always wanted to see that. And no, hold on. Oh God. Hold on, give me a second. Oh Lord. Sorry, I'm getting...
And now he's watching.
Oh God. I'm getting on my end my... I'm getting on my end, my notification is just going off on the fritz. Oh Lord. I don't know why this is going off so much. Alright. I'm guessing that this is going on the stream as well, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to end it here. I don't know why I'm getting this feedback where...
Time to subscribe to your...
I'm getting this feedback where a notification of mine is continually going off, and I don't know how to shut it off. I thought that by turning off or muting the alerts that would shut that off, but I'm gonna have to end it here. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for my Dexter watch party.
If you're resigned to your fate, time to subscribe to your fears.
Scary night, isn't it? Well, it's like right out of a horror movie or something.
See you in your dreams. Oh, come back anytime. Bring your friends.